Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor to speak on behalf of Finland in this high-level special event. Finland sees that a cross-sectoral cooperation is essential for results-driven actions. Working together creates trust, equality and stability. This is necessary for a successful transformation. While we appreciate active approach in resolving global food crisis, we want to build upon the existing structures and programs. Finland stresses the importance of avoiding overlaps and ensuring consistency. Food security is a consistent priority in Finland. We are self-sufficient in main food commodities, but at the same time dependent on many exported inputs. The rapid rise of input costs, especially in energy and fertilizers, is now severely reducing the profitability of agriculture. Food prices are estimated to increase by up to 10% this year compared to the average price level last year. As a response to the crisis, Finland introduced a national crisis package for agriculture, including both short-term measures to safeguard the final situations of the farmers and longer-term measures to advance green transition and sustainability of the farming sector. On longer term, Finland is aiming at reducing the dependency on imported fossil energy. To address the challenge, the investment aid on biogas production is to be increased. The nexus between water, energy and food security is well known. The nexus approach can be used to facilitate synergies and enhance policy coherence between different sectors. This is the moment to accelerate our detachment from fossil fuels. At the same time, we need to explore every opportunity to save energy and reduce our energy consumption. Energy and food security and climate action go hand in hand. In this regard, developed countries should look for effective ways to support developing countries. Global South faces the worst consequences of the emerging food crisis, rising energy prices and the effects of climate change. It is important to decarbonize energy-intensive industries and to accelerate the lead market for climate-neutral and circular economy products. Finland emphasizes digitalization and new technologies as well as cross-cutting role of the circular economy as a key enabler of climate goals. Our long-term energy policy goal is to phase out the use of all fossil fuels in the energy sector and move towards an emission-free energy system. We will halve our transport sector emissions by 2030 and aim to achieve fossil-free transportation by 2045. Ladies and gentlemen, the Russian invasion of Ukraine has dramatic consequences for global food security and nutrition. We support all efforts to find solutions that would enable the exporting of grain from Ukraine. Russia's systemic destruction of Ukraine's agricultural production infrastructure, grain looting, and the prevention of exports is unacceptable. Russia is using food as a weapon of war, and we need to condemn it clearly. It is important to find a solution that is based on the interests of Ukraine, including national security. At the same time, we have to remember that aid to Ukraine should not decrease assistance on other development needs and humanitarian crises. Finland's support to Ukraine has all been add-on support, and our development cooperation budget has remained intact. A few words about sanctions on Russia. Sanctions exclude both food and fertilizers. Contrary to Russian claims, the sanctions imposed by the EU and other countries are not responsible for growing food insecurity and malnutrition. These sanctions do not target the Russian agricultural sector, nor do they prohibit the import and transportation of Russian agricultural goods. On the contrary, it is the unjustified Russian war of aggression against Ukraine, especially the destruction of the logistics infrastructure of Ukraine, as well as the blockade of Ukrainian Black Sea ports, that is worsening an already tight supply situation on world markets. The response to the global food crisis must be well coordinated and tailored to the needs. We support the coordination work of the UN Global Crisis Response Group, which addresses the compounded effects of food, energy and finance crisis. We have seen lately many other important initiatives related to the food security. While we appreciate the active approach in resolving global food crisis, we want to build upon the existing structures and programs. Finland stresses the importance of avoiding overlaps and ensuring consistency. Close coordination and cooperation is crucial between the Chrome-based agencies and all other relevant UN actors, as well as within the multilateral development banks, international financial institutions and the WTO. Collaboration with civil society organizations and other stakeholders is also necessary. Additionally, we emphasize the engagement of UN resident coordinators to ensure that the responses are well coordinated at local level and tailored to the context-specific needs. It is critical to analyze and act on the gender gap in the global food crisis. Data disaggregated by sex, age and disability is necessary for understanding better the needs of those in the most vulnerable situations. Even though the current focus is on the immediate consequences for global food security, it is necessary to increase resilience and apply a systemic approach to achieve sustainable and inclusive food systems. Thank you for your attention.